Hey, what's up, Jerry here, guys. Today I just decided to make this video, and I hope the audio is going to be good because of I just started using a different setup. You can see that it's now a mic. I'm not holding that thing in my hand anymore, and well, it's just because I'm trying something different. As you can see here, I have a scene open that is. I'll show you the scene over on the screen here. Yeah, so on the scene I have it's my web series, the very first episode where Amanda and Mandisa are in the room, and Amanda is panicking because she doesn't want to go to a date for her sister. Yeah, she doesn't want to pretend to be Mandisa and go to the date with her boyfriend, and so she's panicking, like pacing the floor. And so on this scene, our character has to do that. So I have to do some visual effects on this shot, because because of, I hope I'm not spoiling, because of Spanil is playing two characters. She's playing both Amanda and Mandisa. They are identical twins, so I had to have one person playing both so that we can have it a little bit more accurate. Like the looks must be pretty much the same, even though I look as similar as possible. Yeah. So if you haven't seen the movie, where, what's her name? The one from High School Musical, Vanessa Hudgens. She's playing twins. Yeah, similar concept. Yeah. So here, Spaghetti is playing both Amanda and Mandisa, and on this scene they are together, and they are in the bedroom. But when I shot the scene, I had to have her playing Amanda first, and then her playing Mandisa afterwards. So no spoilers, but then the shot looks like this, and the other shot would look something like this. Hold on, let me see if I can get that shot. If I hide this shot, let's see what's coming. Okay, still the same probably. Yeah, the other shot will look something like this. So because of that, I have to have some visual effects done on the shot in order for me to have both of them in one scene. So I'm gonna do, because this one is short, it's like less than a second I think, where she's moving, and then I have to rotoscope it. I thought that the best way is to do rotoscoping and have Mandisa pass in front of Amanda and then stand there and start talking. Yeah. So that's the easier way with the rotoscoping, and then I'll see if I can clean up the shadows afterwards, but it's not very important. What's important is to make sure that they appear on the same scene together. So let's see what happens, guys. And I don't know if I'm gonna show you everything here on the screen or how I'm gonna show it to you, but yeah, I'm doing it all in Adobe Premiere. I'm not doing it in Blender like I have my usual tutorials in Blender. This one is strictly in Premiere Pro, because of I did it both. I have another clip where I did it in Blender, but I didn't record it for you guys to see the process. But on this one, I'm gonna record it, and then if I have to go back to Blender, if you guys are just into Blender and you want to see it, how it's done in Blender, you let me know. But right now, Premiere Pro it is. Let's get to it. So on this scene here, what I decided to do is I'm going to just reveal the top layer, which is Amanda, because she's standing. She's the one that I'm going to do rotoscoping on, and then you can see Amanda is right here. So what you do is I'm going to select the clip and then go to our pen tool. You can see the pen tool here. It's kind of slow in responding. I don't know if it's because of its recording this, I don't know. Yeah, but I'm gonna select the pen tool, and then immediately when you do that, you'll see that something happens on the right panel here, where it says opacity. There's a pen tool there. Let me just select that pen and it should automatically create a mask, and just name it mask 1. You can see the mask 1 over here. Yeah, it's automatically gonna do that and create a mask. And then what you have to do, just like in Photoshop, if you have used Adobe products, you know it's pretty much the same. The pen tool will work the same way. So you just have to like use the pen to draw around your character. And what I've learned about rotoscoping and doing stuff like this is, if you can have the least amount of the least amount of points that you draw, the better, because you can just you don't have to tweak so many stuff. Because like on my PC, if I had 2 screens, this would probably be just for the timeline and the other one would be for the clip. I wouldn't open both just like this, because of on this screen like this, when you see everything it's on one screen and you have like a small, I don't know how many inches is this screen. If you have everything on this screen like this, it's hard to like go into details, like zoom closer to the clip where you wanna do the pen tool on, where you want to work on. But if you had 2 screens, dual monitors, one would be the clip where you're doing the drawing, and then the other one will be the timeline, because of you still have to keep like scrolling back and forth on the timeline. Yeah, so on my PC it's quite small, and I don't know, there is it now, forever loading. Yeah, okay, finally I think it's done loading. And so now I'm going to select that, and I'm just going to increase the workspace. Let me see. What's going on here now? It's kind of man, I hate it. I hope it didn't crash. It didn't crash. I just want to increase the screen, and it's forever loading, guys. If this happens too long, it's probably because of recording here, and I hate it. I wish I could just man, I hate it. See, now my PC is not responding. Damn it. Okay, let's see. Looks like it's back. Just want to see. Yeah, I hope it's just one. It's still okay for now. And I'm just going to I wanted to zoom in, and yeah, I wanted to do this. Yeah, there we go. Now you see the screen is bigger now. I just increased the screen, and I'm just gonna do the point over here, and you do the point where it's turning, where you're gonna turn like here, and then you drag. Just gonna place it here and drag it a bit, and make sure that the points are slightly far apart, you know, yes, so that when you start controlling them, you can select. Because you see now it's got this block here, that's where you move the whole thing, and then here you're just controlling the points on which direction it should go. And then so if you want to move that part, you're just gonna hold down Alt and select it, and then turn it to this direction. You can see that it's gonna turn that point, and then now it's turned. Then you can just place the point on another area and drag it slightly. So that's how you use the pen tool. And then I'm going, because this is straight, I'm just gonna place it over here without even doing anything, and then place it over here and drag it over on this one. I need to drag it a bit to create that curve, and then let go, and then hold Alt, and then drag this one now in and put it closer to the clothes where you want the like how you want it to curve. So I'm just gonna place it over here as well. And usually this is basically the what you call it, this is basically the pen tool, how it works. Then you hold Alt again, and then you're just gonna move this point over closer to her. Just you by holding down that point, by holding down Alt, you're just controlling how your pen tool will work. So let me tell you something, guys. Now somehow you might have to cheat a bit, to cheat the system a bit. So what's going to happen here is I can see that over here, let me just show you. Over here is where Mandisa is going to be. Let me just see. I hope it will allow me not to destroy anything, but just to show you. Just want to show you something here. Okay, let's have a look. Okay. So now over here, all right, if I hide this top layer here and show you the bottom layer where Mandisa is laying on bed, let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna hide this one, so you're gonna see Mandisa. So she would be around here, this area. So when I do masking, you can see her head ends right around here. So I just want this part to be covered by the layer of Amanda when she passes. So I don't have to rotoscope all the way up to the head, because of that part of the head is not gonna be covering her. So that, like, there's nothing here. We don't need to see this. We can see the original clip on this area, but on this area here we just want to rotoscope, because rotoscoping is more like creating the shape that's going to move. I don't know if I can explain it properly, if that explains what I'm doing, but yeah. So when I show you Mandisa, let's see, Amanda, if I show you Amanda, she's like here. So I have to just rotoscope this area here, because it's the one that's gonna pass where Amanda is. This is Amanda. This part here is the one that will hide Mandisa. The rest I don't have to rotoscope. I'll show you. You'll see as it goes what I mean. So I'm just gonna go on rotoscoping that. So when I select the mask, you see when I come to the left here and select the mask, it's gonna show the mask. So right here, I'm going to just hold Alt, turn this thing over like so to direct it over to this side, and then create another point over here, and then go with it again to shape this part. And you're just gonna go something like so. This is how the pen tool works. If you don't know how to use the pen tool, guys, there's one amazing tutorial by Unmesh Dinda, but it's a Photoshop tutorial. So but the thing works the same. Photoshop and Premiere works the same. The pen tool on both softwares works the same. So if you can see that tutorial, you'll probably know how to use it over here. I don't know what's going on here, if it's not responding or something, because it's supposed to immediately after this. Let me see. After selecting this part, I'm just going to come over here. Let's see. Let's see. I want it to close, and when it closes, you'll see that it will remove everything around and leave just that part. Let me just see. I'm gonna see if I hide this. Which one is this? I'm gonna hide this layer here. Have a look. Yeah. No, I wanna show this one. Hide this middle one. Okay. Which one? Alright. Okay, so this is the one that I've just created. This is the masked one. You can see that there's no head, because this part is the one that I want to rotoscope. This part, I just want to drag this one over. It's more like dragging. Yeah, so I'm just dragging that small piece. So what happens is when you select it, you see now the mask is not like matching this footage. So what I'm gonna do is, because I'm gonna animate the mask, I'm just gonna go to frame 1, the very first frame where the movement starts, where she should be back over here somehow, somewhere over here. Let's see. Yeah, she's here. Okay, I think I think the problem here is there is a mask at the bottom and the mask on top. So the second one of these clips shouldn't have a mask. So I'm gonna delete the mask on this one and go and come back on. Let's see, select. That one doesn't have a mask. This one has a mask. So this one that has a mask, if I select the mask, awesome. So the mask is right here. Because now the mask is selected, I'm just going to, I need to move that mask. Sorry guys, it's just gonna save a bit. Let's see, yeah, it did save. So let's have a look. I'm gonna click on that. I'm supposed to have a hand tool so that I can move. Usually when you select the mask, okay, I'm gonna do the mask. You see, this button here is for animation, so I'm gonna animate the mask. So if I do that, oh no, not mask feathering, just the mask. I don't want to animate that. I'm animating this, the path. So the mask path is the one that I'm gonna animate, so that everywhere I move, every time I move the mask. So let's see, I don't know, I wanted to move the mask, but I see that it keeps, okay, it keeps giving me a problem. So I'm just gonna select here. It should close, and let's see. Actually, let me just delete this mask, guys. Sorry, I'm gonna delete the mask and start it from scratch. So there shouldn't be a mask. I just want to start the mask from scratch because this I don't know why it's taking forever to delete the mask. Yeah, the mask is gone, so I'm gonna do the mask again. Just gonna redo the mask. So just gonna give a point here, give a point here, do this. So I'm gonna do it slightly quicker, faster, because of I already showed you guys how it works. And then turn this one over here and come over here, create another point over here. So this is like on film set, you'll be a visual effect guy, so you have to be on set and be in the same page with the director, probably because of you need to be able to agree on this part. Why is she going back? Okay, I don't understand why the mask is moving. Okay, I'm just gonna drag it back and keep moving my mask where she's supposed to be. Don't know why it's moving. Control Z. Control Z. Okay. So I'm gonna move this as well over here and move this one here at the point. See, the reason I was saying that you have to drag these things apart, because of when you try to move the actual mask as a whole, it moves stuff you don't want to move. So I'm just going to do this and delete that point. I wish I could just delete the point. See, because of now, okay, let me just continue with this and just create this part here and just turn it over here like so, and move it over here and hold Alt, turn it over here. She has to do this. Okay, Control Z. Hold on, guys. I said I was not gonna hide this part because she's not up to there. Mandisa. I just have to mask this part and move this part here. So I'm just gonna do this, do that, do this, do this, and do that. And I want to move this one over here. So this is the mask, guys, and if this layer here is hidden, you're gonna see that there will be black, and then you're gonna only see this, and the hand, you can see the hand is showing now. Yeah, so this is the part that we need to animate. So if I click on the side here, you will see I'm selecting the mask. So this is the part that we want to follow up to where Mandisa is. So she has to move in front of Mandisa. So I want to move this part, because of if the layer without a mask, you wouldn't see Mandisa, you would see Amanda, because that's how I shot it. So let's see. Now that we have done that, if I select the mask, you'll see that it will draw the mask again. So this is the mask. So if you draw the mask and you come here and move one frame by clicking on the right arrow, she moves one frame forward, and you have to move the mask with her. That's masking. So if I hold it by the hand and move it like so, it's following her. So you're gonna do that and do another move. I made the mask animate. No, I did not. So let me go backwards one frame back. Let me deselect that. I'm deselecting the mask and moving Mandisa back, and because she moved back, I have to move the mask back. So mask path, you're gonna click on that so that it can animate the mask path, so that every time you move it, it creates a frame for the mask. So I don't know if I can do this. Let's see, where's the frame? The frame is here. It's right here. You can see there's a frame right there, but the very first frame. So I'm just gonna open that space so you can see. So I'm selecting the mask now. I'm gonna select the mask, then the mask is selected, then I move it back to frame one, something like so. So this is where she starts, right? So there's if you can look here, right here, there's a, what do you call it, a keyframe. So I'm gonna move her forward. Okay, let's select this. Let me just deselect the mask and move her forward, and then one frame forward, you'll see she will move one frame forward, and then the mask is not moving. So I just have to select the mask and move it. So we just rotoscoping is like that. You move the mask forward with her. So after that, you deselect, you check if everything is looking fine, and then you move one frame forward again, and then when she moves, you select your mask and you move it as well, something like so. So here we go. So now there are times when you just have to be very accurate about the mask, but there are times when you don't have to be. So if you do mask feathering, it will, and it's gonna move pretty fast, so people won't even see what happened there. Only you will know. So you keep doing that and deselecting just to see how accurate the mask is. You see here, you can see that it's cutting off her foot, but you don't want that. You want to go backwards so that the foot can show, because if people are very curious, and like you guys know already, you will probably be too curious to see that those mistakes. So in order to avoid that, you're going to select that and move this. Let's have a look. You see, the reason I said we have to create this small, because it's because of when you move these things, if you don't have this done properly, it's going to disturb you when you start moving the thing. So that's why I prefer to, I'm just gonna move it back, and let's deselect it and see what's happening here. You see the food is coming back, so I have to move it a little bit over here as well. So you reselect that again, and then you move this part here. This, if you can select that square thing and move it back, and move it back as well, and move this part. So, and deselect it and see, so you can see it's Mandisa here on top of Amanda. Then you just move another frame forward, and then when you do that, select the mask again, and you'll see that it's gonna leave space here, so you move it. Move it like that, and then you keep adjusting the mask as needed. You can see that I'm gonna move it back here, then I'm gonna select this part here and move it back again, and deselect it again and move, and then again select it and check where you have to adjust it. You see, that part you could leave it, but it's best if you go with it. Let's go with it, because of if you, so that we know that we are doing the right thing. So like I said guys, the best way is not to have too many points, because of if you have to animate all the points, it can get a little bit tiring, tedious. So let's have a look. Now you select that, you move it back, something like so, and then you select this block here again and move it over here. You select the block here and you move it closer to her clothes here, and you select this one again, select the block, and yeah, and you move it over here, and then you select this one over here and you move it again over here. And then here we have too many points, and usually the best way would be to delete some points here, because of this is making it pretty messy. And when it's messy like that, it's kind of hard to animate it, because now you have to move too many parts, and like I said, on a small screen like this it can be very tiring. You don't see exactly what you're moving there. Let's have a look. So on this one here, I just don't like how many points I have here. So in order for me to control them better, let me just see. Let me just see if I can select that and move it back like so. And select this one here and move it around like so. And then to be honest, Control Z just to undo that move, because it was turning. I don't want to turn it. I want to select this part here. If it selects something, I want to see if I delete it. It's going to delete a point. Okay, let me just see if I can right click and it will give me the option, because I really don't want to have too many points over here. Let's select this one and let me delete it and see, because the fewer the points the better guys. Too many points are hard to control, so let me just move it. Yeah, it doesn't delete it, it's still there. So even over here, I'm just gonna select this one. Actually, let me select this one. Select this one over here, the top one, and move it up. Just trying to keep it far from this other one, so that when I move this one, it doesn't just make a mess over here. So I'm just gonna move this one slightly like that. Yeah. Then I will let me select this one and move it slightly closer to her. Yeah, something like that. And then I deselect it by clicking on the bottom here, and then move it one frame forward again. Yeah, and then I'm gonna move that up until she walks past. So it's kind of tedious guys. That's why visual effects, after the movie, you know, I think in studios they will have to have another like a very long time for the visual effects guys to start doing their magic on that, on the shots, and making sure everything now makes sense. Because it's, but you know, with studios they have bigger and better equipment, and here they would probably just use a big green screen. And you may wonder why I never use the green screen on this shot. It's because of, it would be nice if I had a green screen with me. It was not easy. I didn't have the green screen, and setting up sometimes if you don't have manpower, you know, like on my shots, I'm the one doing pretty much everything, and I plan it accordingly. So I wouldn't have enough time to do other stuff. Because I'm directing, I'm thinking about those visual effects stuff. It's just, yeah. So in bigger productions, you'll probably have people deciding on what they can bring to the table. And then so I'm gonna click on the side here again and just make sure that everything is showing, and move another frame forward and keep moving that mask. and keep saving your project as you go, because of if anything happens, electricity goes. Like here now in South Africa, we have a lot of what you call load shedding. I don't know if other people knows what's load shedding, but here in South Africa we do. We have load shedding, so at any time it can just be that time when the electricity will just go for 2 hours. No electricity for that 2 hours, and you have to just wait till it comes back. So that's the problem. So you have to keep saving your work, so that by the time it does that, you are not losing whatever you have done. So I'm just gonna bring it close again, and over here again, just tuck it in some bit, and then over here I wanted this. You see now it's giving me this. I hate. Yeah, I'll move it back a bit, and then okay, now let me select it, and because what's important, it's just close to where she's walking in front of Mandisa. So I move one frame forward again and select the mask. Keep moving that mask. Keep moving the mask. Yeah, and then now let's have a look. Now you see that I did that, and then this side looks perfectly moved, but this side here, so I have to bring it slightly closer to her. I will select that part, move it over here, select this part again, this one, and move it over here. Yeah, and then select this part. Yeah, I think this part here. Yeah, like this, it's gonna be nicer. So I'm just gonna try to reshape this one over here, because it's the one that's giving me bigger problems. So I just want to make sure that all these things are far apart from each other. I can't remember on this app how did you delete a point like that. Let me see if I can do this, and I don't know what's left. You see, I don't know, I wanted to delete this thing. I wanted to delete this. In Photoshop, when you hit Alt, it gives you a minus. So I don't know how to delete a point on. Guys, if you know how to delete this thing, just show me how you delete this thing. If I say left, what's gonna happen there? Because I just want to delete this thing. I did left, and now, sorry guys, and now it's loading. Probably left is the same. Left. What the hell? This happened now. Yeah, I can't lift. Lifting is bad. Lifting is not good. So I'm just going to try and avoid the lift part. Yeah. But now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select this and move it closer to her, like so, and select this one and try and shape it the way. Let's have a look which side it should go. This side is perfect. Yeah, and then select this point here and move it like that closer. Select this one here, move it over here, and select this one over here and move it something like so. It's good for me. And then you keep saving and you keep deselecting and moving. So guys, that is the process that you do to do rotoscoping. So I really don't think I want to keep you guys watching this, so I'm gonna pause the video, make it fast forward, and show you guys the results after. See you guys. Cheers.
he's gonna propose or anything, and you need to take my phone. I don't want your stupid phone. What is that gonna do? That's not gonna help me. You have to take my phone, Amanda. I mean, what happens if your phone rings or someone calls? You have to take it. No, you're not taking my phone. What are you gonna do? I put my personal stuff in there and I don't want you answering my calls. Continue, Amanda, you're some drug dealer or something. You have to take my phone. You're gonna make a mistake and you're gonna mix them up, and then what's gonna happen? Or just, you know what, when you get there, switch them off. That way, we're safe. How about that? Just calm down. It's not that bad.